So, you're planning a trip to Marbella, Spain. Chances are you've already seen those absolutely stunning panoramic photos from the peak of La Concha mountain, right? But today, we're totally skipping the standard tourist brochure. Instead, we're doing a deep dive into a vital survival explainer for climbing this specific mountain during the extreme blazing heat of July and August. And we're getting all our intel directly from the people who know this terrain best.
Okay, let's dive into this, because we need to immediately shatter that Instagram illusion of a breezy summer stroll. Local guide Diego Guerra Narvaez has been hiking this terrain for over 15 years, and he sees tourists making incredibly dangerous, sometimes fatal, mistakes every single summer. Basically, they see a gorgeous picture online and they just go for it, having absolutely no idea about the extreme environment they're walking into.
The stark reality here is that helicopter rescues happen on La Concha every single summer. But here's the kicker. As Diego points out, these rescues are almost never because someone slipped or tripped and twisted an ankle. No, they're for severe dehydration, exhaustion, and heat stroke. These are life-threatening emergencies, and the craziest part, they are entirely preventable if you just know what you're doing. So to keep you safe, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The summer danger. 2. The golden rule. 3. Survival gear. 4. Warning signs. And 5. The final verdict.
Section 1. The summer danger. We've got to establish the severe environmental threat of this mountain during peak summer. Let's look at the stark numbers to really ground these warnings. Can you climb it in the summer? Technically yes, but with major conditions. Your absolute maximum departure time is 7 a.m. You're going to need a minimum of 3 liters of water per person, and check out that midday summit temp, 30 to 38 degrees Celsius. Because of that insane heat, health authorities actually officially advise against doing daytime hikes here from June to September.
And this brilliantly illustrates why health authorities are so concerned. 45 degrees Celsius. By 10 a.m., the reflective limestone rock on this mountain heats up to a blistering 45 degrees. It's literally acting like a giant oven, just radiating heat right back into your face as you climb.
You see, La Concha is a total environmental trap in the summer. First off, there is absolutely zero shade after your first hour of hiking. None. There are no natural water sources to refill your bottles. You've got that radiant heat from the limestone we just talked about. And honestly, this is the scariest part, zero mobile cell coverage. If you collapse from heat exhaustion, you can't just dial 112 for help. You are entirely on your own out there.
Section 2. The golden rule. If you've heard all the risks and you're still going, this strict timeline is non-negotiable.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because a summer morning on La Concha is basically a ticking clock. 6 a.m. at the Juanar parking lot, that's your ideal start. 7 a.m. is your absolute last chance to begin. By 8:30 a.m., the intense heat really kicks in on the exposed sections. 9:30 a.m. is your critical turnaround time. And if you're out there at 12 p.m., you're in the extreme danger zone. You simply cannot be on the trail at that hour.
Let me stress this super clearly. 9:30 a.m. is your absolute point of no return. If you are not physically standing on the summit by this exact time, you turn around. No exceptions. The heat spikes incredibly fast, and when you're far from the parking lot with tired legs, you desperately need that buffer time to get down safely.
Section 3. Survival gear. Your standard spring hiking setup is totally going to fail you in August.
3 liters of water per person. That is the bare minimum, though honestly 4 is way better. And here's a massive insider secret for you. Freeze one of your water bottles the night before. That way, when you're 2 hours deep into the blazing sun, you actually have ice-cold water to help bring your core body temperature down.
But hey, plain water isn't going to cut it alone. You specifically need mineral salts or isotonic drinks, because drinking only water while sweating buckets can cause hyponatremia, which is really dangerous. You also need a hat with neck protection, SPF 50 sunscreen, and reapply it, breathable clothes, and your phone at 100% battery with an offline GPX trail map downloaded. Remember that dead zone? You cannot rely on live maps out there.
Okay, let's talk footwear. Proper closed-toe hiking shoes are mandatory. Trying to wear flip-flops on this mountain is basically a death sentence. There are some intensely technical sections on this route, like the Paso de las Cadenas, the Pass of the Chains. If you try to navigate sharp, boiling hot rock and steep drops in beach sandals, you're 100% ending up in a rescue basket.
Section 4. Warning signs. You absolutely have to learn to listen to your body's distress signals.
So the crucial point is knowing exactly how to identify these symptoms when the heat is just too much. It usually starts with a severe, throbbing headache. Then you might feel dizzy or kind of disoriented.
The third one is terrifyingly dangerous. You suddenly stop sweating, even though it's boiling out. And finally, severe muscle cramps. Listen, if you actually stop sweating, your body has lost its ability to cool itself down, and you are literally entering life-threatening heat stroke.
Let's be crystal clear on this. If you experience even a single one of those symptoms, the rule is simple. Stop and descend immediately. Do not try to be a hero and push through it. Your hike is over. It's time to get back to safety.
Section 5, the final verdict. Let's wrap this up with a real-world story to put everything into perspective.
Now, what's really interesting here is this wild encounter Diego, our local guide, actually had. He intercepted a group of 4 British tourists at the first trail junction. It was 11:30 in the morning. They were wearing swimsuits and flip-flops, and they had exactly one tiny 500-milliliter bottle of water to share between all 4 of them. He practically had to force them to turn around, which absolutely saved their lives considering the summit hit 41 degrees that day.
And that story hits the nail on the head for our entire explainer. This mountain simply does not forgive a lack of preparation. You cannot just improvise a summer hike on La Concha. It will not end well.
So, what's the guide's honest verdict? Honestly, if you have a choice, just skip the summer entirely. During July and August, this thick, dusty haze called Kalima rolls in and completely blurs the horizon, so you don't even get those epic views of Gibraltar anyway. Compare that to autumn or spring. Crystal clear views, beautiful vibrant colors, and most importantly, you're safe.
So I want to leave you with this. Now that you know the severe reality of this environment, what are you going to choose? Are you going to respect the mountain, wait it out, and enjoy the stunning, safe views in autumn? Or if you absolutely must brave that summer dawn, are you going to commit to following every single one of these survival protocols to the absolute letter? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay safe out there and keep learning.